from the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. Confusion and chaos still hang over Iowa in its first-in-the-nation presidential contest.
The results from last night's caucuses are still not in. Just about an hour ago, Iowa Democratic Chairman Tony Price addressed some of the problems.
The reporting of the results and circumstances surrounding the 2020 Iowa Democratic Party caucuses were unacceptable. As chair of the party, I apologize deeply for this. Last night, we were faced with multiple reporting challenges and decided, out of an abundance of caution, to protect the integrity of the Iowa caucuses and their results by taking the necessary steps to review and confirm the data.
Now, the initial data released by the Iowa Democratic Party shows Pete Buttigieg and Bernie Sanders ahead in the state's first-in-the-nation presidential caucuses. The tally of state delegate equivalents show Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden, and Amy Klobuchar trailing behind. The party released 62% of the results from Iowa's 99 counties after a day-long delay sparked by technical problems. It was unclear when the remaining results will be released by the party, which says it is still verifying data from the caucuses across the state.
Meanwhile, voters in Iowa are reacting to the lack of caucus results.
Our Amy Reed spoke to voters in Iowa to see what they made of the confusion.
While a national narrative paints this as an embarrassment, the Iowans we talked to see it differently. It was the topic of conversation at breakfast, and while some we spoke to were surprised about the delay, they didn't seem worried. They told us their precincts looked like they ran smoothly, albeit cautiously and slowly, with new and more robust reporting this year. The Iowa Democratic Party said inconsistencies in reporting and issues with a new app delayed the results. Here's what people we spoke to had to say about that.
I'm a loyal Iowan. I love the caucuses. I love seeing everybody here. I think we do a terrific job.
Everybody's on this app stuff and trying to calculate. What happened to the old pencil and pen and calculator? So
the way things went last night, it might be a good thing I did it this time because they might not happen again.
Of course, the future of the caucuses is likely going to take a back seat to getting these results out for the Iowa Democratic Party. Regardless of any delay, Iowans we talked to this trip have emphasized the access to candidates is what makes this process special. And that part for now has wrapped up as candidates move on to the next state, New Hampshire, to begin politicking there. Reporting in Dubuque, Iowa, Amy Reed, News 3 Now.
And we will continue to update you on the final numbers coming in from Iowa in our later newscasts and always online at Channel3000.com.
A man with a history of posing as a UW-Madison student and athlete was arrested on several charges, including theft. Madison police say 21-year-old Ricky Lawless is accused of stealing and using a UW-Madison student's credit card. The victim said he and his roommates allowed Lawless to live with them for a short period of time, believing he was a student and an athlete. Police say Lawless is not a UW-Madison student and arrested him at the Dane County Jail on January 24th. He was previously taken into custody by UW-Madison police on prior theft charges.
Fitchburg police have arrested a woman on child neglect and drug charges after she was found passed out behind the wheel of a car. Police responded to a report of a child calling for help on the 4600 block of Crescent Road. When officers arrived, they found Candace Sukamel unresponsive behind the wheel of a car with a 4-year-old child in the back seat. Officers searched the car and found cocaine and marijuana. She is facing several charges, including an OWI with a passenger under the age of 16.
Well, a little cooler out there today. We could see some snow later in the week. Let's check your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, it's pretty quiet out there right now. Skies are variably cloudy. We're seeing a mixture of clouds and a little bit of sunshine from time to time. But as we take a look at DOPPLERTRACK, well, you can see some snow that shows up out there. None of it is reaching the ground, at least as near as we can tell, even though it is showing up on high-resolution Doppler radar. Visibilities are at or above 10 miles, indicating maybe only a few flurries reaching the ground, if that. Otherwise, look for skies to be variably cloudy overnight. Be a little colder with temperatures dropping to around 14 by tomorrow morning. For tomorrow, look for a variably cloudy day and a cold day with a high of 27. Some snow is on the way from later tomorrow night into Thursday. I'll tell you how much we can expect in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Wisconsin's Democratic lawmakers have announced a bill to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour over the next 5 years.
Our Amanda Quintana is here with the details from this afternoon's announcement. Amanda?
Yes, well, this spring, UW-Madison will pay employees a $15 minimum wage. Just last month, American Family Insurance announced it would raise employees' minimum wage from $15 to $20. But while businesses have been making changes to their pay, statewide, the minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. A Madison nurse.
Many of us are holding down multiple jobs just to make a living.
A McDonald's worker.
I work hard. I have a degree. I should be able to be independent.
And a chef at Pfizer Forum.
I've always brought something to the table over these 30 years that I've been working, and it's time for them to let me sit down and eat sometime.
All fighting for a $15 minimum wage. For Troy Brewer, he's been successful. Just last week, Pfizer Forum agreed to raise workers' minimum wage to $15. But he says the fight isn't over.
On the other hand, I stand here discouraged, to be honest, a little heartbroken, because the rest of my city doesn't have a $15 minimum living wage.
Democratic lawmakers introducing the bill say the federal minimum wage of $7.25 just isn't enough for Wisconsin's workers.
In Milwaukee County, one adult with one child would need a living wage of $26.30 per hour to support their family. This is nearly 4 times more than our minimum wage.
Bill supporters say in Dane County, to live in a 2-bedroom apartment, you'd need to make more than $21 an hour, nearly 3 times that minimum wage. The bill would raise the minimum wage over the next 5 years, starting at $10 a year from it passing. After that, adjust it based on inflation. But Republicans don't think it's necessary.
If every part of the state, it is hard to find anybody who is working at minimum wage because we are seeing such competition. That's because of the growing economy under Republicans. So I think that the free market is a better way to do it than having an artificial wage floor, which would treat everybody the same regardless of skills.
While others believe $15 an hour would lower crime, increase health, and allow for a better life for the 1 in 4 Wisconsin workers living in poverty right now.
$15 an hour would be a huge burden off of our shoulders. Too many Wisconsin workers live in a state of stress and fear, afraid of being homeless or going without basic needs.
This bill would also allow cities, villages, and towns to create their own minimum wage and get rid of the separate minimum wage for tipped workers. Of course, this is not the first proposal to raise the minimum wage, but we'll, of course, let you know if it gets to the governor's desk.
Amanda, thanks.
Republican lawmakers in Wisconsin are proposing new bills that aim to help struggling farmers in the dairy state. Assembly Speaker Voss and other Republicans introduced bills they say will provide short-term and long-term relief for farmers. Voss says one bill will allow small family farms to deduct the cost of health insurance to save money on their income tax bill. Governor Tony Evers has called on the Republican-controlled legislature to take up an 8-bill package designed to help Wisconsin farmers. Speaker Voss says they want to focus on farmers, and it shouldn't be a partisan issue.
We would probably like to do something that's bigger and bolder than what he first proposed. It would probably cost more money than the $8.5 million because while that is something that is definitely helpful to farmers, it is probably too small an effort to make a substantial difference, and we prefer to be, a little bolder in our actions.
We expect that some of our bills will get good consideration, and if there's some others that the Assembly or the Senate want to prepare, the more the merrier. I mean, that's why we did what we did with the special session.
Republicans also want state agencies like DADCAP and WEDC to work together to expand Wisconsin agriculture exports. Wisconsin's in the middle of a crisis that has caused the loss of 1/3 of the state's dairy farms just since 2011.
Governor Evers was in Rock County today where he signed 2 bills into law in front of Milton High School students. The bills will create flexible licensing requirements for prospective teachers, which the governor says will allow the workforce to grow. A separate bill passed will create grant funding opportunities for student suicide prevention programs. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6. Governor Evers explains why this is a necessity for students across the state.
And State School Superintendent Carolyn Stanford Taylor helping students. This was at Prairie View Middle School in Sun Prairie celebrate Career Day. Stanford Taylor spoke about her role as state superintendent, the importance of exploring various career paths, and she's encouraging them to follow their passions.
When I grew up, I wanted to be what I could see. My world wasn't as extensive as their world is now. Now they can be anything, do anything that they want to do. But the difference is we're exploring careers, and they're finding out what are those skills and classes and all of that that they need to take in order to pursue that career that they're thinking about.
Taylor is the first African-American to serve as the state superintendent in Wisconsin.
We're just a few hours away from the annual State of the Union address, which the White House says is titled The Great American Comeback. A big focus of the speech is expected to be what the White House is calling the blue-collar boom, highlighting the economy and trade. The president also plans to discuss immigration, national security, and health care. The White House says President Trump is not expected to talk about impeachment as the Senate continues to deliberate charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
I will vote for impeachment and removal not because I hate this president, because I don't, but because I love our country more.
The House managers have abused the constitutional process by trying to use impeachment to settle a partisan score.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer will offer the official Democratic response to the State of the Union. Texas Congresswoman Veronica Escobar will deliver the Spanish language response. The number of people infected with coronavirus surged by more than 3,000 overnight in China. Experts from the World Health Organization say the virus is an epidemic in China, but not a pandemic, meaning that it has not reached the epidemic stage on other continents. In the U.S., officials have identified a second case of person-to-person transmission in California. The CDC is currently monitoring 82 people for potential infection.
It seems that the virus spreads fairly easily when you're not isolating cases quickly.
The U.S. government is making nearly $250 million in emergency funds available. Some of that will be used to cover the costs of screening and monitoring returning U.S. citizens in the coming weeks.
And precautions are being taken at the UW and all across the country to stop the spread of coronavirus. United, Delta, and American Airlines all announced they've temporarily suspended all U.S. flights to China now. And at O'Hare Airport, they're screening passengers on flights from China for coronavirus. UW officials say there is not an increased risk of coronavirus at UW Madison. However, officials tell us there could be issues for international students who were in China when the virus started to spread due to the travel ban. UW says, quote, U.S. international students whose re-entry is restricted should contact International Student Services immediately to discuss their immigration status. Officials say there are no study abroad students who are in China right now, despite the UW having 11 study abroad programs in China. None of those programs, though, are based in Wuhan, where coronavirus is believed to have originated. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5. Football season is over. That means baseball season's almost here. Show you what the Brewers are doing ahead of spring training.
And then coming up tonight at 6, a new electronic polling system is expected to help get voters in and out of the polls in record time. We'll explain how it works and which communities are adopting it tonight at 6.
When the roller coaster ride for the markets continues, the Dow skyrocketing 408 points today. The NASDAQ jumps 194.5. S&P adds 49. We'll be right back.
He's thinking recliner, you're thinking sofa. It's okay. Everyone wins at the President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. And did you know you can get free shipping with no minimum? And most items can be in your home in a week. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant.
You still talking to Dutch boy?
Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
He'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's quality paint and Menards expert service, you can twist off to something great.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core. Sorry, everyone. I get a notification every time I get a positive review online.
Makeup.
Thanks, Dawn. We think our windows are pretty great, too. Take two. I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core, composite frame, triple pane windows are worth a positive review at scottthewindowguy.com.
Cut! Somebody give me his phone.
Again? Seriously?
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
love it.
Go in the snow plus MPG, your Subaru Ascent from Don Miller. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and 27 MPG highway, the Ascent will get you through in great shape. It's the roomiest Subaru ever. The Ascent has third-row seating and space for 7 or 8 passengers. The 2020 Ascent Premium. Lease from only $319 a month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 due on signing. No security deposit. Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
He's thinking new mattress, you're thinking whole new bed. It's okay. Everything's on sale at the President's Mattress Sale at Slumberland Furniture. This Sealy Posturepedic mattress for only $394. That's over $800 off. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
Tonight on News 3 Now, Governor Evers signs a bill to create grant funding for school suicide prevention programs. And we're expecting to learn the results of the Iowa caucus after a major delay in reporting. We'll see you tonight at 6.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo continuing to rack up those awards. Giannis has been named the NBA Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Player of the Month, I should say, for January. He's now won the award each month this season, and in 7 of the last 8 months dating back to last season. Yes, he's quite good. Last month, Giannis averaged just under 30 points a game, as well as adding 13 boards, just under 6 assists a game. This is the 8th time Giannis has earned Player of the Month honors in his career.
Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Brewers are gearing up for the season. Today on Twitter, the Brewers released a video of them heading to Arizona for spring training. The Brewers say they packed 20,000 baseballs, 1,000 bats, 200 batting helmets, 60 cases of sunflower seeds, and 20 cases of bubble gum for the trip. And don't forget the sausages. Pack the sausages. Their first spring training game will be February 22nd. The crew will officially open the season March 26th at home versus the Chicago Cubs.
Well, the sausage actually loaded the truck when they were at work. Yeah. We are 6 days away from the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, and this year they're introducing new breeds. The newest addition to the show will be the Azawak. What is that? How you say that? Mark always knows these. Azawak? I don't know. It's a short-haired hunter originally from Africa. They once traveled with desert nomads, but are now family companions. It's the newest member of the Hound Group. This year's dog show will be the 144th annual show. It'll host more than 2,600 dogs. The dog show begins 8 a.m. Monday, February 10th, and ends on Tuesday, February 11th.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this. I think it's Azawak.
Gary probably knows. Joe is all Gary knows.
Yeah, that's exactly
Good dog walking weather for Joe, Gary.
Yeah, temperatures are cold, but seasonably cold, and we're not seeing any additional snowfall, at least in the short term. Even though on high-resolution Doppler radar, you can see a little bit of light snow. Looks like over southern Wisconsin, more so into Illinois and Iowa, but the key is to take a look at the visibilities, and right now they're at or above 10 miles, indicating that if there is any snow reaching the ground, it's probably just a few flakes. Most of that snow is staying aloft. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Temperatures will be near normal. That means highs in the upper 20s, lows in the teens for tomorrow. Some light snow from tomorrow night into Thursday. That could bring some minor accumulations, especially south and east of Madison. And then another round of light snow possible on Sunday of the weekend. So another chance for at least some minor snow. But you can see, we've showed this out in the last couple of nights in the Pacific Ocean. These storm systems are lined up one right after another as a very strong jet stream cuts across the Pacific Ocean. That indicates our weather pattern is going to get more active, especially as we head into next week and even the following week beyond that. In the short term, this weather system passing to our south has a lot of rain and a little bit of light snow on the northern edge of it, but just kind of staying south of us. The more important weather system is this one down here. Doesn't look too impressive right now, but it will tap into some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. But it'll just kind of give us a glancing blow into southeastern Wisconsin. You can see this on Future Track. Skies will be variably cloudy, so we'll see some periods of clearing and then some clouds moving back in, but we're kind of right on the edge of the cloud mass here. Eventually, as we head into tomorrow night and Thursday, there could be some light snow, mainly over southeastern Wisconsin. Areas north and west of Madison may see little, if any, in the way of snowfall. In fact, right now we're calling for perhaps a 1 to 3 inch snowfall mainly from southeastern Dane County over toward Milwaukee, maybe as much as 3 to 4 inches over far southeastern Wisconsin. But just the very latest computer model forecast indicates that could even be a county or so to the south and east. So I wouldn't expect very much from that. Next week, though, that's a different story. We're watching a storm system for late Tuesday night into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. One of the preliminary computer models indicates the potential for a fairly significant winter storm. The problem here, though, is that there could also be some sleet or freezing rain or even rain depending on temperatures, especially for areas south of Madison. This would be on Wednesday. So again, take those numbers with a grain of salt, but it's something to keep an eye out as we head into next week. Otherwise, temperatures are going to be just slightly above average, but for the most part, very close to the normals of 28 climbing to 31 as we head toward Valentine's Day on Friday. And the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calls for below normal temperatures through much of the western 3/4 of the country, including Madison and the southeastern part of the country, staying warm. So that active storm track right in between, and that's where the highest probabilities of above normal precipitation will be. Look for skies to be variably cloudy for tomorrow. It'll be cold, high temperature topping out at 27 degrees. And as we look at the 7 to 10-day forecast, you can see that chance of light snow from Wednesday night into Thursday, another chance on Sunday, and then that storm system in the Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday time frame of next week. Maybe a few snow showers or flurries lingering into Valentine's Day Friday. As we take a look at first alert traffic right now, there's the view of the Beltline at Fish Hatchery Road, and the westbound Beltline very slow at that point. We're seeing delays now from actually Todd Drive through Fish Hatchery Road over to Park Street. Eastbound on the Beltline, delays start from the usual spot around Monona Drive back to around Park Street. As far as travel times are concerned, right now 18 minutes in either direction on the Beltline, although I think the westbound directions will see those numbers start to increase over the next few minutes. And then as far as heading out of Madison, it's 24 minutes to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward, 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and also 16 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Alert Traffic.
Thank you, Gary.
I got that pronunciation.
That's a lot.
There you go. See that? Beagle's so much easier. Head on News 3 Now at 5 American college students owe billions of dollars in student loans. We're going to share some tips on how to get out of that debt. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks at air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
Maybe we could build like a thing, you know?
To jump off?
Yeah. No, like to go all the way across. Some kind of beam to join the two sides.
You think that would help?
Yes, I do.
Well, he could be okay. Eventually, somebody has a better idea, like honest pricing with no surprise fees, ever. It's a better way to mobile. It's Spectrum Mobile.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll, whether for yourself or someone you love. Call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Okay, in my Johnsonville commercial, they open on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillies, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat. I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
Now through February 13th, join Planet Fitness for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. Sure, you could flip truck tires.
I flip truck tires.
Or flip out over all this. Tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join now for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. And no truck tires. Join in club or at planetfitness.com. Hurry, deal ends Thursday, February 13th.
5 Madison area locations. Offer expires February 13th. Stop in and see us today.
It's estimated student loan debt now tops more than $1.5 trillion.
Paying for those loans can be difficult, and experts say the key is to plan ahead. Elise Preston reports.
Megan Combs went to college to pursue her dream of working in the arts, but the 32-year-old is still paying off her student loans.
Around this time last year, I owed about $66,000 in student loans.
On average, college students who graduated in 2018 owe more than $29,000 in loans.
Here's your quick back-of-the-envelope formula, and that is only borrow the total amount of money that you think you'll make in your first couple of years of work.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is the author of The Dumb Things Smart People Do with Their Money. She says the best strategy is to avoid student loan debt in the first place.
We want to start having conversations with our children, maybe when they're in 8th or 9th grade, and talk to them and say, here's what this family can afford.
Those discussions might reveal the family can save money by considering schools nearby.
Maybe it's better if I go close to home. Maybe I need to go to a state school or a community college.
Schlesinger says for students who are facing debt, the first step is to go through your budget and try to get high-interest loans paid down. That's what Combs did. She took on a roommate and received a raise at work. That's allowing her to pay off her debt faster.
My timeline for paying off my student loans this time last year was around 10 years. And now with my living situation and my raise, all of that allows me to pay them off in 4 years.
She's hoping for another raise, which could help her do it even sooner. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
That should take care of it. Final check your forecast in just a moment.
Get more help with your laundry at the laundry cleanup sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Get even more help with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and a risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. That's why we're the More Store. It's the laundry cleanup sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll, whether for yourself or someone you love. Call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Let me guess. You've been mattress shopping online.
Yeah.
Does this feel soft to you? You need Easy Choice.
Easy Choice?
Yeah, that sounds easy. It is.
Can we try it?
You are. Easy
Choice. Can we take it home?
Yeah.
But we came here on these.
We deliver.
Awesome.
Find your Easy Choice. The best price, comfort, quality, and setup. It's easy.
Increase your home's livable space with a Champion sunroom custom built to fit your home. Right now, Champion sunrooms are 20% off.
The sunroom has now become our family room, and we live in our sunroom.
Champion sunrooms are made to fit your lifestyle and are backed by our exclusive warranty.
The number of custom options for our sunroom were endless.
Save 20% on a new sunroom your family can enjoy all year long. Book your free in-home consultation online or call 888-930-CHAMPION today.
The number of uninsured Americans rising. The cost of prescription drugs rising. The threat to people with pre-existing conditions rising. The good news? So is support for the one candidate who'll do something about it. As mayor, Mike Bloomberg helped expand coverage for 700,000 people, including hundreds of thousands of kids. As president, he'll lower drug costs and ensure everyone without coverage can get it. That's a promise. And unlike him, Mike actually keeps his.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, as President Trump delivers his State of the Union on the eve of his impeachment vote, our exclusive interview with key Republican Senator Susan Collins on how she'll vote. Plus news on the coronavirus, China adding new restrictions as the first sickened American is released from the hospital. And actress Shannon Doherty and her breast cancer fight, what women need to know. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And all is quiet, weather-wise.
Yeah, the next day or so are going to be very similar to what we've seen the last couple of days. This evening, we'll see a mix of clouds and just a little clearing from time to time. Temperatures dropping to the lower 20s by 10 p.m. Tomorrow, look for a start in the mid-teens, high temperatures in the upper 20s. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds. And then some light snow from tomorrow night into Thursday. Might see an inch to maybe as much as 3 inches over southeastern Wisconsin. And then some flurries Friday and Saturday, some light snow Sunday. Have to watch out the middle of next week, Tuesday night into Wednesday and Thursday, some snow there, and then maybe a few snow showers continuing into Valentine's Day.
All right, Gary, thanks a lot. Charlotte and I will be back in 30 minutes for News for Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.